Hello everyone, this is Venom, and we are back with our final pre-Feybreak powered video. It feels like it's been months, feels like it's been forever since we got this announced. Of course, it was only announced not too long ago. We've got teasers that have been coming out all week for the new Feybreak update. Cannot wait for it. We've gotten all these teasers, and I'm going to go through all the teasers and the trailer one more time today, as well as one more final prep guide for you guys too. So it's going to be coming all in one. We're going to go over everything because we got a lot of stuff released, a lot of additional information released to us after the official trailer and after the announcement. So to start off, we're going to start off with the smaller stuff. A part of the teasers that we were given were a couple of photos that were made by some in-house artists at Pocket Pair. So here, the day 3 teaser. You guys can see here, we got a couple of, what are these again? Prunelia and Patelia. So these are a couple of pals that are going to be in power. I'm pretty sure we've already got Patelia. Prunelia, I think, is this one here. Looks like it's going to be the new one. So that's got no mount there, but looks pretty cool. I'm guessing one is bred. I'm guessing Prunelia is bred from Patelia. I don't know, but this looks to be a maybe dark plant pal, and we've seen this one too in some of the previews. And then down here on day 2, our preview was, this is a pal called Smokey. It looks like this is another one drawn by an official in-house Power World artist. Looks pretty cool. It looks like a dark version of that starting flame pal we get. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's going to be a cool one. And then the rest are videos. I'm going to start from the beginning. We're going to start going over one more time with the trailer, and the new video we got today was pretty crazy. But here's the first video. This was the first teaser we got. This was them announcing that pals would be able to go on little expeditions. It says, pals exploring dungeons on their own. May they get lots of treasure and return home safely. And we got this video here. And we can see the pals, looks like they're going through a dungeon on their own. We got the land ball carrying some palladium. The next teaser we got was a depresso on essentially a hamster wheel generating electricity. That was the next one we got. So that tells us that maybe pals are going to be able to perform duties that they aren't necessarily normally suited for. So Depresso can't generate electricity by himself, but with this machine it looks like he can do so. So I expect to see other machines that do stuff like that as well. Maybe like a watering can or some kind of watering system you can give to your pals to help them water. Maybe something to help them pick seeds or something. Who knows? It could be anything at this point. We got a lot of unknowns at the moment. Next up, this one was probably the least impressive. And not to say that any of these were not impressive, but this one gave us the least bit of information because we knew this already. This is the new Power Boss. Now we know their names. It's going to be Bjorn and Bastigor. So that is definitely a new pal. Not a new variant, but it looks like a totally new pal. And this is going to be a new Tower Boss. And Fact Leader, and he, of course, was in the trailer. And then finally, this is probably the one that gave us the most information out of everything besides the official trailer. We got this. There's no sound on the other, this one has sound. So there were no, let me start over again. So there's just a ton of information in this one. Looks like a medical unit, it's this weird new dark pal. I did make a mistake earlier too. I forgot that there were already metal buildings in the game. I just don't use them, or didn't use them. I've been using stone buildings, but yeah, there were metal buildings in the game already. That being said, there were a bunch of new piles in here, a bunch of new items, a bunch of, like we got the egg incubator, we got all these items over here I don't recognize, I have no idea what they do. We got a bunch of stuff in this medical room. These could be healing tanks for all I know, which does make me wonder because it only takes 10 minutes to heal a down pal what these are actually for. Are these maybe cloning tanks? Or are these maybe a way we can combine DNA of pals? I don't know. But like I said, crazy-ass looking pal with basically a big-ass switchblade. And a medical room here. We got other pals outside that are new. Now, I did have one of my subscribers actually tell me that this is a different version of the beetle we've already got in game. I forgot what his name is, but we do have this beetle already. But apparently this is a Terra-type version of it, an Earth-type version of it. It is apparently encoded in the game, but we can't get it right now unless you try to cheat it in. But that's more likely what this is. We, of course, have got that new pal right there that the Tower Boss has. We got the ice version of the... So I guess the other one is not an ice version of the starter one. So Smokey must be something totally different. In the background, you can see the jet dragon-looking creature here, the all-black one. Now, it's theorized that might be a subspecies of jet dragon, in which case, hey, cool. The fact that it's got legs still worries me, but we'll see what it does. So hopefully that's a cool one. We got a lot of information out of this one trailer. And then finally, we have today's trailer. I completely meant to be up by 7 o'clock to see this. However, I had a very long night, so unfortunately, I didn't even wake up to noon. Like, I thought I was going to wake up at like 9 or so, even though I slept in a little bit. I did not wake up to noon. I was exhausted, so I do apologize for that. But this is the one that came out today, and it's Power World X Terraria. I'm going to go ahead and play this and explain what happens afterwards. But this was today. So this is obviously the new area, which this is a huge area. This looks amazing. And you can see we've got the sword, which is apparently a sword from Terraria. And yeah, it shoots out rainbow cats. There's no other way to put it. It shoots out rainbow cats. And as a sword we're getting. And you can see a fight with it right here. Oh, okay, that new POW teleports. So this was kind of hidden in plain sight because Pocket Pair did announce there was going to be a POW World Terraria event that was going to be going on, a little crossover. Now, I don't know if Terraria's getting anything, but they did announce that before. They were going to have a crossover, and I guess this is part of it. I don't know if it's the entire crossover, but they did announce this before, and this is what it is. Now, I'll be honest, I went to IGN, and I'm going to play the trailer in the background here. I went to IGN just to see what other people were kind of thinking about the sword, because I didn't know anything about Terraria, like I said. I played it before on mobile for a bit, and that was it. There's a mixed bag of people. There are people that are happy about it, saying it's like the greatest thing ever, and it's going to be basically a sword that's a projectile with infinite ammo. I see some people that are just kind of like, this is so stupid. I see some people who are just, you know, like, man, let's see how it plays out in game. And I see some people who I am almost certain work for Nintendo. I saw one comment that's like, you know, this is going to be great for like the one person that still plays Power Word. I'm like, whoever says that it's either a Nintendo fanboy or works for Nintendo or Pokemon, because by no objective standard is Power World a dead game. That's a very, very weird thing to say. Granted, the numbers go down in between updates, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, a lot of games do that, and that's not a bad thing. You shouldn't be stuck playing the same game forever. Final Fantasy XIV does the same thing. Destiny 2, when it's not in a terrible spot like it is now, does the same thing. Every game has its ups and downs, and yeah, after you play all the content, I mean, you're not going to sit there and play the same game forever. You're going to go to a different game, so it's kind of an asinine comment. And I know I went on a bit of a rant on that one, but that's never really a productive comment to say, oh yeah, the one person playing. There are plenty of people playing the game, and this is going to have a huge spike in players tomorrow. I can already see it. Really, as of this point, we've got all the information we're going to get. We can speculate all we want to, but it's coming out tomorrow. I can't wait to see what it is. I expect there to be a lot of new systems for us to learn. I expect there to be a lot of new weapons. I expect there to be a lot of stuff to get into. Now, is it going to be something to keep us busy for years? No, but I'm very much ready for Feybreak to come out. Now, that being said, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a last-minute prep guide, too. I already put out a prep guide video. I'm going to put that down below. I got a couple more things that are a little bit more practical, too, for the prep guide. I got my list right here. And I'm going to start off by saying, if you have not done it, and I already put this in a different prep guide, finish leveling yourself and your pals. Go ahead and do that. I did a little bit of an event on my server yesterday. I did an experience up event. I increased the experience rate so the people playing on there could get their level up a little bit quicker, and I did it for a day. But if you're not fully leveled up, this is going to be apparently a very, very brutal expansion. If you're not leveled up at least to 55 and have your maxed out gear and pals, it's probably going to be even harder for you. Now, I don't know how hard. They're probably referring to the in-game area. I'm sure when you first step into Feybreak, it's not going to be that bad. But my guess is that the bosses, and especially the in-game raid area, which I'm sure we'll have, are going to be extremely difficult. And the Pocket Pair said it's going to be a very, very brutal area. So, on that, finish leveling up. Have a good mix of pals with you, especially dragon pals, but also make sure you got some basics like your swimmers and your flyers. Those are going to be the two big ones. I don't know there's going to be a whole lot of swimming areas in here, but always good to have that. When the Aura Ray came out, swimming pals became very, very important. So make sure you got those. Go ahead and make sure you got a good amount of gold too. If you need to go ahead and grab a bunch of random crap, you can sell pretty much anything in the game. So if you got like a ton of stone you want to get rid of, or a ton of anything, a bunch of spare armor, whatever, sell what you need to and go ahead and get yourself some extra gold. Just have it lying on hand. We don't know what you're going to need, but you can opt in buy basic PAL parts from vendors. So you never know if like a basic PAL part is going to be very important for the new items. And I'm going to switch over to just my face now because I'm just getting ads at the moment. Next up, clear out your PAL box. If you've got like 18 different breeding projects going on, you need to go ahead and finish up whatever you're doing, clear out all the room in your PAL box. You got as many slots available because there's going to be a ton of new pals coming out. You're going to want to do breeding with them. You're going to have to catch 12 of each pal at least. It might be more than that to level up. You're going to need room in your PAL box to catch a lot. We're talking hundreds of pals just like the last expansion. So clear out your PAL box. If you've only got like 2 tabs left, you're in trouble. So clear out all your PAL box. I've actually gone through, I've got 2 of each pal in there, a male and a female, unless it's like one of my raid teams. But past that, all the rest of the pals I don't have like teams of, I got 2 of each, male and a female, and I cleared out the rest of them. So I've only got about half of my box currently used right now, and that's with about 4 teams of, I think I got like a team of Asagons, a team of Jet Dragons, a team of Jorgen Time Ignis, Jordan Tide Ignises, and a team of Benubises. So I got like 15 of each. Past that, everything else is cleared out. So go ahead and do that. In that same realm, clear up any breeding projects you got. If you've been breeding pals up to this point, it's time to go ahead and stop. We've got new pals coming out, which means we're probably going to have new passives and new attacks, which means that's probably going to completely change what we're breeding in. So if you've been breeding up until this point, it's time to stop. Unless you're trying to do like a raid tonight or something, go ahead and stop, because we're going to have new stuff coming out that might affect what it is you're breeding. Next up, get your healing items ready. If you don't have the healing items, you can farm a bunch from the Aura Rig. You tend to get a lot from there, but this new in-game area is supposed to be really brutal, so I'm going to make sure I've got a lot of healing stuff with me. Pals and your player heal up very slowly. You can use healing items to heal up your pals, though, so if they are getting close to death and you're surrounded by enemies, or you don't want your flyer to die and you got no real way to get home, make sure you've got healing items. So go ahead and stock up on those and make sure you're bringing them with you if you're doing a raid. And next up, finally, the new raid area is again supposed to be very, very brutal. And now, when the Aura Rig came out, I was forced to use tactics that I didn't necessarily like using or was used to using. Stuff like the rocket launcher, stuff like using the laser rifle and going through a little bit more. I was used to just going in gung-ho with my jet again and just blowing everything up. You couldn't do that in the Aura Rig. You still can't, technically. You had to use different tactics. Be prepared to use different tactics when this new area comes out. Now, and like the original previews, they showed us going through like underground areas and buildings and clearing stuff out. I don't know what the new area is going to be like, but it could be a building we got to go in and clear out, and that means that the tactics you used for the Aura Rig probably aren't going to work for it. So be prepared to use different tactics, different weapons, different everything. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So those were the last previews before tomorrow's update. I cannot wait. Hopefully there's no like day one broken patch that, you know, really hurts the games or something. Hopefully everybody's servers update without any issue. That is always something you got to worry about when a new expansion comes out, that your servers might break, your single-player world might break. Technically speaking, we are still in the beta, so anything can happen. We're still in pre-release. Anything can happen, so just be ready. Hopefully, we're good to go, though. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for coming by. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, please subscribe to it. If you loved the video, please leave a like on it, and I will see you all tomorrow.